The Navajo Nation is a sprawling, remote area in the American Southwest where life is simple and modern infrastructure is relatively lacking.
We live in the canyons, we live in the mountains, the mesas, and a lot of the access to families are to dirt roads. And that's how we live our lifestyles. And that's how we want to live our lifestyles.
And yet, resident Dion Ben knows a shortage of running water and electricity, as well as poverty, make this nation of 175,000 people vulnerable to the coronavirus.
It's devastating and it's impacting us tremendously.
All right.
Even with spotty testing, more than 8,000 COVID-19 cases have been reported here. 400 people have died.
It's hard because you have multi-generations living in a single house, to protect the elderly, to protect the vulnerable, the sick, the people with diabetes. And so they have been very hard hit.
Jane Pargeter helps run EcoFlight, a Colorado nonprofit that typically uses small planes on advocacy missions for the environment. For the past month, it's been airdropping personal protective equipment to the Navajos and other tribes, an effort to fill a critical need.
There has been a big shortage of PPE on the Navajo Nation.
250,000 donated face masks, along with goggles and hand sanitizer, were delivered in 16 separate drops.
As soon as we got them, we were out the door the next day.
On a much smaller scale, a group called the Denver Mask Task Force recently sent the Navajo Nation 500 homemade masks by truck.
The stories that I hear are just tears of gratitude, you know, from communities who don't feel like anybody's, looking out for them or cares whether they have what they need.
Nobody's sticking
PPE coming to them at no cost, which they should have had months ago.
Pargeter says there were problems distributing the PPE the reservations were given originally, and that federal relief money was late in coming, if it came at all.
It felt very good to be able to know that we were making a little bit of a difference.
The Navajo Nation has one of the highest virus infection rates in the country. Social distancing in places where communal living and large gatherings are common has not been easy.
It's all over the Navajo Nation. It's killing our loved ones. And thinking about it, it's very emotional. I get emotional.
Ben calls his people sitting ducks for the virus, but says with the help of lockdowns, they're fighting back.
The blood that flows in our bodies is the blood that flowed through our ancestors, and in that blood is strength and resiliency. This is a serious situation. We need to really pay attention to how we manage our lifestyles to keep COVID out.
And masks are now a key part. Hendrik Sybrandy for CGTN, Denver.